Hi all, this is VC here. In today's class, we will discuss about ecological pyramids and types of ecological pyramids. Types of pyramids. Today's topic is types of pyramids and what are the different types we have. Let's see. Before going into the concept, if you are visiting my channel for the first time, do subscribe and press the bell icon. The first type of ecological pyramid is pyramid of biomass. The next one is pyramid of numbers, and we have pyramid of energy. We have three types of pyramids according to Charles Elton. And what are they? Pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, pyramid of energy. So let's see one by one. Pyramid of biomass. What is pyramid of biomass? You can see the image here how the food web or food chain we can describe. And coming to the definition of biomass, biomass is organic material of biological origin that is ultimately derived from the fixation of carbon dioxide by trapping solar energy during photosynthesis. If one has to define biomass, we can simply define biomass as organic material which is of biological origin and that is derived from the fixation of CO2 by trapping solar energy during the process of photosynthesis. We know that photosynthesis is a life process and where fixation of CO2 occurs by using solar energy. Any type of plant or animal material that can be converted into energy is called as biomass. So, any type of plant or animal material that can be converted into energy is called as biomass. So, we can define biomass as the material which is obtained from plant or animal that can be converted into energy. The pyramid of biomass represents the relationships between the quantity of living matter at different trophic levels. So, what pyramid of biomass explains or represents? It represents the relationship that exists between the quantity of living matter, which is also called as biomass, at different trophic levels. In terrestrial ecosystems, the biomass progressively decreases from producers to top carnivores. When we take the case of terrestrial ecosystems, the biomass progressively decreases from producers to top carnivores. Once again, biomass is organic material of biological origin that is ultimately derived from the fixation of carbon dioxide by trapping solar energy during photosynthesis. And any type of plant or animal material that can be converted into energy is called as biomass. And pyramid of biomass represents the relationship between the quantity of living matter at different trophic levels. And in terrestrial ecosystems, the biomass progressively decreases from producers to top carnivores. Let's go through all the points once. And coming to aquatic ecosystem biomass. In an aquatic ecosystem, the biomass of phytoplanktons is quite negligible as compared to that of the crustaceans and small herbivores fish that feed on these producers. So, in aquatic ecosystem, what we call as producers, the phytoplankton is called as producer, and when we compare the biomass of phytoplankton, it is quite negligible when these are compared to crustaceans and small herbivore fish which feed on these producers. The biomass in each trophic level is always less than the trophic level below. Biomass is a measure of the amount of food available. Most of the biomass that animals eat is either not digested or used to provide the energy needed for staying alive. Aquatic ecosystem, if we observe, the biomass of phytoplankton is quite negligible as compared to that of the crustaceans and small herbivorous fish that feed on these producers. The biomass in each trophic level is always less than the trophic level below. And if you observe the biomass in aquatic or the pyramid of biomass in aquatic ecosystem, it is always inverted, the pointed at the base and broader at the top. The biomass is a measure of the amount of food available in each trophic level. Most of the biomass that animals eat is either not digested or used to provide the energy needed for staying alive. Once go through all the points. Biomass pyramid shows that animals are relatively inefficient in converting food into body tissues. So what the biomass pyramid explains or gives us is that animals are relatively inefficient in converting food into body tissues. This is what the biomass explains, that animals are not efficient in converting food into body tissues. The remaining part of the food being undigested is passed out as waste or broken down into respiration to supply energy for such activities as feeding. So what happens to the remaining part of the food? The remaining part of the food which is being undigested is passed out either as waste or broken down into respiration to supply energy for such activities as feeding. Many animals convert not more than 10% of their food into their body tissues, but when we take about herbivores, this may be very less, even less than 10%. Majority of the animals can make sure that they are converting not more than 10% of their food into body tissues, and herbivores will do more less than that. The points. Example of a food chain which has been worked out in scale, one in which we are involved when we eat fish. So I would like to food chain which has been worked out in some detail and involved in it, that when we eat a fish, in this food chain what happens, the phytoplankton on the surface of waters of sea are food producers. So when we talk about producers, they are able to produce the energy by trapping the sunlight. Phytoplanktons do this work. The animal planktons feed on the microscopic plants and the fish in turn feed on the animal plankton. We are at the end of the food chain when we eat the fish. So here the circle goes like this. The phytoplanktons prepare the food, and these phytoplanktons are eaten by animal planktons or zooplanktons, and these zooplanktons are eaten by fish, small fish, and the small fish is eaten by large fishes, and these large fishes are at the end eaten by man, we who stands at the end of the food chain. Once go through this. So here we are discussing about a food chain which we are part of it in an aquatic level. So what happens here, phytoplankton is fed with, the phytoplankton is eaten by zooplankton, zooplankton is eaten by small fishes by large, and large fishes by humans. The pyramid of biomass for this particular food chain will be as follows. In this particular food chain, what happens, roughly 90% of the food is lost at each step or each level. So it allows to that it would be 1000 kg of plankton to produce 100 kg of animal plankton, and 100 kgs of animal plankton to produce 10 kg of biomass of fish, and to produce 1 kg of human tissues, with a corresponding loss of the original plankton or the plant potential energy that came from the sun. So this is called as 10% law. When we take 1000 kg of biomass into 1 kg, the sequence where it coming to decrease is 1000 kg is prepared by plant plankton, whereas it is reduced to 100 kgs by animal plankton, and this is reduced to 10 kg by fish, and coming to the human activity of producing tissues, it comes to 1 kg with a loss of 90% at each level. The fewer the steps in the food chain, the more energy will be for the species at the top. As we have generally 4 or 5, if it is with 3 levels, it will be more amount of energy available at the top level, and as the steps increases in the food chain, the energy availability also decreases at the top. How the food or how the biomass is transferred from one trophic level to the another trophic level we have discussed here. That's all for the concept, the pyramid of biomass. I hope you all understood the concept. Thank you.